Hello, my guy. You might know, for the next 2 months, I will be busy making a card game. That's better than Raynad's Bazaar. It's shit. It had disappointed me, and now there is no escape. What do I play? I'm getting bored, and it's very scary. So, might as well occupy myself for 2 months. I'll give you guys updates maybe every week. And we're making POKIA, a Pokemon game inspired by Bazaar, Pokemon, and Marvel Snap. We're gonna combine all these three things together. Shut the fuck up, Dooley! Shut the fuck up! Jesus. See, that's not a feature. Nothing in the Bazaar is a feature. You just put it in the background. It's like, oh, I can have it in the back. No. No, you can't. There's nothing good about Bazaar, bro. It's crazy. Well, there is. Convenience. There is convenient, but I will beat that tenfold. How convenient is my game gonna be? I don't know. Maybe there's not gonna be a loading screen or something like that. Or maybe it's not gonna be 10 fucking gigabytes of data that you need to download. Maybe it's gonna be pretty easy to understand what's going on and download yourself an update and whatnot. The problem is everything is under my back, on my back. Like it's all the pressure's on me to do everything. That's why it's gonna be difficult. All right, the only reason. Raina has millions of dollars, and I'm talking about fucking lots of zeros and plus lawsuits and investors sweating their balls off because what if this game is not successful? Well, I want to make them sweat a lot harder by making $0 game for you guys as a competition for these weirdos who made Hearthstone, terrible. Ben Brode is awesome, dude. Okay, we know that for fact. But Raynad extending the BM of Hearthstone existence, Hearthstone Battlegrounds, whatever. Fred, by the way, is already crying. Look at that. It's a terrible 2025 prediction. What's gonna happen? I will take over the world, am I right, Crippy? We're gonna have to double check that. I have confidence. I was on the edge of making a card game that has no text on it. Just symbols. Putting together symbols. It was beautiful, bro. I was inch close. And I have upgraded, my skills by making this emoji game. This is not a joke. This is a code that's like very, very, very well organized and tiny, right? This is 260 lines of code. Ask any programmer if they can fucking fit a game in this many lines. All right, it's not easy, but it literally takes account for every single emoji. And all you need is simplify the code of what it does, what the emoji needs. It's like emoji goes through a virtual cafeteria, picks up all the superpowers, what it does basically during the combat or combat strategy picks that up, and that's all it needs, really. Emojis are simple. And my game is not going to be that much more complicated. So let me introduce you with the concept once more, because we still need to do that. I have done it, but let's do it again very quickly. So, instead of Bazaar, where your items constantly trigger over time, why don't we click a button and trigger by flipping the cards? So we flip the middle section, then this, then that, and everything is flipped eventually and being used. And every single turn, perhaps you can bet 1 gold or something extra. Because you're committing. It's the Marvel Snap way of committing to something. You can always just fold and move on. Of you're not winning this combat. You're realizing you're not good enough. And you can always just back off without losing too much. Very likely gold is going to be the stake. Who knows exactly how it's going to work. I'm surprised that in Bazaar you don't actually have income as payment. But you will have it in my game. Why? Because you have living creatures who want food. They need your income. They don't want just gold. Income. Bro, type. They don't want gold. You cannot buy them with gold. You literally have to use income to keep a pet. And if you want to have a lot of them, you'll have to pay a lot of income, which is very expensive, as you might notice. So the Pokemon side of things, you're probably just going to have like 2 of them because they're expensive. And the rest are just going to be support cards that you're obviously going to buy through a bunch of shops and acquire in various ways, right? And the most important part is the scoring system over health bar system. In Bazaar and in Hearthstone, we're rocking the health bar system, but a new system has been invented and it has been spawning very interesting games, including Balatro, Marvel Snap, and Gwent, right? It had a scoring system. Yes, cards have power and what's not, but in the end, if you have more power on your side, you win. The game is decided in the very, very end. If you have greater score than opponent, right? In this way, I don't have to force you to kill every single enemy. I can say if you want to catch this Pokemon, you have to impress them. You know, it's not a health bar going down to like 10% and then you throw a ball and capture them. Impress them. Have 10 times the score requirement or whatever of the base Pokemon that you're trying to catch. Who knows? Maybe your Pokemon does 30 score and you need to have 300. Whatever, right? The score will impress them and be like, wow, I want to be on your team. You're very cool. Everything else, game mechanics. That's it. That's the baseline. And just like Bazaar is just like you go through shops and in the end you fight a player. It's also very simple. How mechanics are going to work, we can also discuss. It's not really interesting right now. We're going to do it later, right? But however we got here and how much confidence can you have in me doing a good job in 2 months? Like, it's so easy, bro. And bro made it look like it takes, to build a AAA company just to shit out a game after 8 years. Like, this guy just kind of lives in the past, I think. Indie developers in recent times, especially in the age of AI, when I can just generate this whenever I feel like it, are incredibly powerful. Now, I will probably shy away from some features like sound for a little while. Who knows how far my game is actually gonna progress? It's not gonna be like full-fledged experience that I can just ship out to everyone. But you can download. We're talking about Influence Tracker, right? And this one did took me 2 years to build. Because I'm not actually actively building it. I'm building whenever I feel like it. It's like, if I need this feature and that feature, and this feature seems to be close, and I just need a few lines of code to get that one, I do it, you know? I want to master this, like, summoning an image feature. Alright, let's fucking go, let's grind that for a month. And I did it. The only thing that's, put me off is the stupid card game without text. It's the saving feature that scares me. Of how you put together words to save and load information of how you summon images in a particular place and organize them. It's like, it's actually pretty fucking complicated. I don't want to touch that. It's too damn scary, I would say. And recently, I have been able to do more than that. More than just emoji stuff. Because for YouTube Rewinds, I was preparing more of this, where you can just throw things and summon things. It's not working very well right now. I don't like what it's doing. I hope Nia... Nope. It shoots them out. It's lagging as well. It's bouncing, it's all good, but like There's something up with the lag. You can see. Bam. And it summons a bunch of like images, which is not supposed to do, obviously. So some systems gonna be hard to like avoid bugs. Bugs is gonna be part of the game, guys. I'm one dude. I cannot catch every single roach that approaches my life. So who knows what kind of challenges are ahead? I just have enough self-esteem that it does not take that much fucking time to make an average game that somehow still beats Hearthstone. If you haven't fucking noticed. I stopped uploading Hearthstone videos, and the ones that I do upload, I don't know, man, I'm not enjoying Hearthstone very much. Because it's not promising me any unique experiences, which is still just spawning a fucking cheese dragon, spamming the same cards over and over again as fast as possible, or just one card, and all of a sudden you win the game in the dumbest ways possible. Or get your board cleared and nothing really happens. That's interesting. I don't know, man. And nobody really like makes decks besides me. I haven't actually found a real content creator, you know? Real one. I was the only one that's like, oh, 1-drop Valera. Let's fucking go. We went to Legend with that. That was amazing. There was a moment in Hearthstone career where I felt I was doing shit. And I didn't felt like an idiot. Now I'm just getting 1,000 views on by vomiting on cheese dragon idea. Because it's staying for too long. Ugh. Also, another factor that's very interesting is Bazaar from 3 years ago. I made this video, I analyzed it, and it's just like, what happened, bro? Did you spend 3 years just wiggling things around, moving things around, removing features? Actually removing features? Just to make the game look cleaner or something? It just felt like they have been wasting their time for 3 years, and no wonder that Reina like wanted to release the game like 5 months after the gameplay has been announced or shown to the public, and yet it was delayed over and over again. Holy shit, man. Already, like something like a simple game has went through so much just to come out. You sort of appreciate it at this point. But I have evolved for 8 years too, unfortunately. And I was trying to now to use the influence tracker and the experience that I have, start making shit. And now I'm ready as well to launch my rocket and my effort. Again, emoji game, pretty fucking good already. It does require a lot of reading though, because I forget what these things do. Okay, it eats 1 HP enemies. And doesn't take damage. Fuck yeah, dude. Can we find one, though? Probably can't fucking find one. I don't know, man. Bro, there's no use. We lost. And all of a sudden, that emoji game is pretty much a game. There's something else that happens that even I could have not predicted. That'll be this good. This got me addicted for a little bit. I'm like, what? Did I just make Tetris without, like, much effort at all? Because that's so much better. If I do it that way, instead of sweating my balls, trying to make all these, like, different shapes of Tetris blocks. Nah, bro. This just works. Except I got a very terrible start, and we're fucked now. My high score is 800. Once you get the Influence Tracker 4, you can try it out. Alright? There's going to be more mini games to play in the case you kind of still want to hang out, but you're tired of this bullshit thing, or you just got upset about something, who knows? God forbid there's some kind of loading screen. What? There's not going to be none of that shit. Everything has to be even more convenient than Bazaar is. That's the only feature Bazaar actually has. But it has a problem with balance. I learned balance playing Skyrim and how everything changes based on that. Because there's Skyrim, there's Enderal. Enderal changed Skyrim tremendously. And the biggest way you can change anything is through balance. For the first time, I felt like I can complete a very hard game because it's properly balanced. While with Skyrim, I felt like I will never complete this. I will never beat a giant in legendary difficulty. I would just be killing wolves forever. And sometimes occasional bear, I can throw them into another enemy, and then I don't have to fight the bear. I have outran the bear. That's it. And whoever is fighting the bear, they will die very quickly. So I don't want to do that. This was the biggest ick I ever had about what bad balance looks like and what good balance does to a game. So when it comes to that, I get very upset about this sort of stuff. Alright? Especially when we already bumping constantly into pufferfish and many, many other things like trebuchet. This is now a problem. This third world house that nobody else plays, so there's some novelty to that. When nobody is spamming the same thing, but you get stuck playing that build because some items are now chargers. You know, they get charged. So all of a sudden, that's being tested upon us. We're the beta test. We're the losers. You know, we want the game early. We paid for it. But currently, I just don't see a good balance sort of mindset. Hopefully it changes. Hopefully we get slapped every time with a patch of 100 changes, and those changes don't end up being a Hearthstone buffs, where a card gets buffed and all of a sudden that's the problem. Ugh. That doesn't feel like there's enough variety in the game to actually give you those unique builds, and you just get stuck using that one item as best as you can. The biggest and the strongest, you know? The cannon, same deal. You just pick up some chunky item and just buff it to insanity. I found something incredible, by the way, guys. Check this out. I got beaten by this thing, and I'm like, wow. That's something, but it's still one item being juiced into insanity just to kill your opponent. That's kind of weird. Another thing that I can do in my game is test various things, obviously, but durability. Durability is something that would force purchasing new items. That's the way, perhaps. We will find the best way of doing it, but while Bazaar is out, and it's barely going to change, and it's not going to experiment with new features, I will. I might come up with different game modes. Who knows what my greatest idea is going to turn out to be. Even a problem like poison. I don't think poison works very well because there's no counter to poison. Whoops. You really think you're going to use healing items to defeat poison builds? Okay. Besides that point, besides me cleaning up a bunch of stupid decisions from Bazaar, like Burn is also like top tier. Poison is top tier because it cannot be stopped. Burn is top tier because it goes down by 1. Sandstorm sucks as well. Like there's so many things that just like don't feel correct, don't feel done correctly. And they will take 2 months to fix the game, and I will take 2 months to make a better one. How about that, you know? They can make a bunch of stupid decisions while I can make all the smart decisions immediately. and outpace them. Just to flex. All I want to do is fucking flex. Anyways, enough about me. That is the promise 2 months. You know what I'll be doing and updating you guys. Not much gameplay gonna come out of me, I don't know. If you're gonna miss me, you're gonna miss me. But let's watch these predictions and see how they align with my promises, you know? A lot of people are potentially scared of me or whatever. Like, I have this thing called opinion. You know? Opinion. Opinions get disliked because, well, it's not actually entertaining to just listen to a person, you know, you just want to leave. I understand, that's completely fine. But, you know, dislike, it turns into a dislike bombing and just laughing at someone not having enough likes or whatever. Just sort of like sludge nonsense where you do deserve a ban. So I'm not sure why this guy tells not to ban people. Nah, they're fucked, bro. If they don't understand what's going on, like, they will be taught a lesson really fucking hard. I have no idea what to say to that guy.
This user error.
Oh, wow, he's gonna explain me how a Tetris game looks like. I literally can play this. I can turn this into a Minesweeper if I wanted to. Easily. And make it so convenient for Crip, he won't need to use a website. Oh, man. Oh, that's so sad, Crip. What's that you're using there? This is still so much better. I can predict the future with this. It's gonna be so much cool. I can beat Crip's future prediction tool. How about that? How about that for a change? And it could have Minesweeper too in case I fail to do that. No, I'm just kidding, bro. You gotta be a little bit competitive in the world of fucking capitalism. And I've been harvesting skills for a very long time, just for that moment, bro.
We're safe. That's literally not how Minesweeper works.
Then click around until you get the opening. What the fuck is wrong?
The first click.
So he's actually running around websites too, just to find a real Minesweeper, even though he could have just used the old one. There's Reynard. Reynard, what are you doing? There's something else that starts with Ria and Ards, you know, with a T in the middle.
This is going to be a good year. 50-50 over there, god damn it. Okay, we have at least one. In that case, it is not avoidable.
Well, my year is over. God damn it. I gambled. I needed the reds to open things up. Sad.
Could be that.
Bro is stuck already. It's game over, bro. I always go for a fucking corner. For the coldest corner.
Then this.
So he tried and succeeded.
This one has that.
And now you're stuck again.
With one of.
Shitty game, the Minesweeper.
Crip.
Oh fuck! I would have lost anyways. No. This was the cold spot. I would have clicked that.
We need to have a...
But it wouldn't give anything, you know? Just give us a 2. Oh no! Bro has been kicked by the August. And his community, but we're safe, guys. I swear, our future is fucked up already. Alright? My life is already shit. In fact, there's one untold thing I have to do. How will I possibly allocate this much time when there's a drama happening? And drama, unfortunately, makes it from 2 months to undisclosed location where my body is buried from all the fucking pain and suffering. Yeah, 2 months turn into a location. I will do my best, alright? But I will also fight the drama at the same time, and who knows what the fuck that's gonna do. When just one encounter for 2 minutes puts me in a fucking miserable trance for like 3 days, if not more. Drama is just the most vicious thing ever in anyone's life, and I might need, you know, refund days. All right, maybe I need, let's say, March 10 days or something, basically because of the drama refunds. I will tell you what happened. All right, you guys give me a refund. You guys don't pull my pants down that I didn't promise on the dot what I want to deliver. So that, keep that in mind. Okay, bad things can happen to anyone's life, especially mine, because I'm a fragile dude without piles of money to just run away to a deserted island where people don't exist and they can't fucking mess with my ass, bro. My brain cells are up here, by the way. Overall, emoji game just kind of showed me how to build a game very, very fast, right? And that still looks like a fucking game and functions like a game. You have to still move things around yourself, but this one might be a little bit more automated than you think. In a way, Bazaar is so fucking simple. You just click one out of 3 options. You purchase 1 out of 3 options. It's always the same bullshit. It's not that deep. So all I really need is like an inventory to store things, 2 inventories perhaps, a side inventory as well. We copy that shit. Move things around is the hard part in a way. But overall it would just function the same exact way, where it just throws you a little bit of text when you hover. Well, when you hover, so it's different. This time you have to click to get information, but you hover the same way, right? You get a text. The text does something very generic at certain points during the combat, whether the card gets flipped, or it's the final round, final turn, right? Then bullshit happens. There's different phases. These are some concept ideas we can look at. Instead of just having shield, we have armor as well. That applies every turn. So if you have an armor item, it's going to give you bonus shield every single time. It doesn't have to trigger exclusively. It's a passive. I have speed that I stole from the 3 years old Bazaar. And apparently stealing is going to be a very good word in the future, guys, I swear. Gives charges. So every item doesn't have like a timed trigger. Alright. It's going to have like a 5 out of 12. Like it's going to have to charge up. 10, 15, bam. This turn, I can use this item. So just like Bazaar has a few charging items, all items are gonna charge here. Alright? So it's a little bit more under control, and like you can sort of calculate in your head a little easier instead of just like number go down is so much better. Actually, like the idea of speed is not even that similar in a way. Poison would actually drain charge from items, right? Well, when it becomes a threat. A threat level is when it like deals a lot of damage, and then your body wants to fight the poison all of a sudden. It doesn't want to just let it pile up anymore. Just the same with fire. You get hot, now you have to start doing something that would remove the threat, basically, and reduce fire like by 25% instead of the regular 10%. Not by 1, but every turn it reduces by 10% the fire damage. Freeze works completely differently, where it increases the charge requirement, just like durability. So durability means that if an item charges to 13, it might have to charge to 14, 15, and so on. The same goes with freeze. Every increment of freeze would temporarily reduce the durability of the item, increasing the charge amount. All of a sudden at 16, you need 4 turns to charge up an item. So essentially freeze could, save you a turn. Or block an item for a turn, right? Just Just basic concepts I thought about. Stun literally disallows an item to be used that turn. That does not change any charges. So the item can be charged like 15 out of 15, but for one turn it's stunned, right? You can't use it. It still charges, by the way. It still continues to charge, but that turn is not going to use. It could be the final turn. You fucking stun an item on final turn. That's it. Game over. This is out of the game. It's not going to be used at all. Oh, it does reduce the charging speed 50%. Right? It does affect a little bit. When this says 110 charging, it's its own charge in a way. And I would label it as such. Passive charge. So it has to charge up itself, the fatigue. It's like damage, right? It deals 10 fatigue, and only then will it deal 1 drain. 1 drain means that you lose a charge of an item. Bam. Like that. So fatigue can start stacking up, and then you start losing. Or like 1 fatigue, if you only have 1 fatigue, it will stack to 2 and 3 slower. But if it's fast enough, bam, it will trigger very often a turn, draining our items constantly and potentially becoming a threat. But fatigue cannot be defeated. In fact, food translates poison, fire, freeze, and stun into fatigue. Fatigue is the final, ultimate thing, just like your body needing to sleep and rest. Fatigue is sort of like a harmless thing, but if you stack up the fatigue, then we actually go to this Hearthstone fatigue mode as well, where like you basically can't use any items, and whoever still can use items will get the scores to win the game. Funny enough. Although, how possibly in 5 turns or 10 turns can the game turn into fatigue? Who knows? Alright? The rules can change. I can always add more turns. Who knows? So yeah, if you have like 5 speed, every 2 turns you get a charge or whatever. This is a very rough concept. Don't worry about it. And yeah, so food translates all these damages to fatigue. Food. Something that Bazaar does not have. Food. If you want to like counter everything all at once, how about just food? Remove freeze, remove burn, remove poison with food. The super versatile item. How about that? And it would actually select what to counter in that particular moment. I like it. We're gonna use food. And that's it. That's all of the things. Just like Bazaar has maybe 1 less of a thing. It doesn't have fatigue or food. Right? It has slow. I don't care about slow that much, but we could have slow. We could just, reduce charging speed and do nothing. Not a stun, just slow. The same way. Alright, maybe we'll find that interesting. So we can add it in the concept slow. The concept items. Alright, imagine you get 100 score on the item first, minus all the score that your enemy earns this turn. So you get 100 score, but if you prevent a lot of score from your opponent, and your opponent only gets 20 this turn, or that this is the turn that people usually don't collect score or whatever, you fucking wave flag, and you get 80 points. Bam, slam, look at that. Take advantage of the flag, but it still has to charge up, Then it triggers a use. A flip is when a card flips to get revealed and to become used in combat. Right? So if I flip this many cards, all of them gonna start being used. The last card barely gonna be used like 1 time. because it's the last one to be flipped. But it could still have a very good flip ability and a very good finisher ability. These ones can have like very good adjacent abilities. And this is the core card, usually a medium, that dictates the game as it goes. Actually, the size is bigger because it has to add up to 10. Right. Okay. You can get extra turns, perhaps. The next flip. Extra, right? 2 turns before next flip. Back flip. Flip every item. Basically trigger all these flip abilities, very simple stuff. Yellow. I think it's a living creature. He's a living creature. Stupid. No, these ones. Yellow is just a card. Simple card. That stuns and charges adjacent, right? And you can have poison when it's used. Destroy on 3. So it can destroy itself, meaning that it will never be used. Has that point. You probably want to put it somewhere here. It's going to get destroyed anyways. In the very, very end, you get food. I'm not sure how food is getting eaten. Probably every turn you eat food, you cleanse poison and whatnot. Score based on poison. Here you go. Poison is also in fire. All of these damages, they turn into score. Is also score. Everything stacks to infinity pretty much. Yes, there are probably going to be ways to kill or achieve certain milestone of score that gives you some kind of bonus against an enemy. But overall, it's just going to end at a very specific point. This sort of control, like, it's quite fascinating, right? Marvel Snap is a very, very good card game because it's a specific length card game. You know exactly how long a match is gonna last. The rest is just thinking. It's fascinating to me. So there's not a lot of downtime or waiting time for the opponent, despite being, you know, back and forth in a way. Unlike Bazaar, negate 3 flips. What? Wow, okay. So it waiting is a passive. It's waiting for opponent to activate a flip ability, and it negates 3 of them. If not fully used, if your opponent does not use flip abilities, you still get score at the finale trigger. There's a losing trigger. Take 5. The take is a special ability that Pokemon have to take score over time. It's like dealing damage. Dealing raw damage is the take. But as they take, they lose HP because they're sort of in semi-combat mode, right? So they could die, too. They could lose all their HP and die, giving you some kind of effect, potentially. They could also not just take and deal damage, they could, you know, give you fatigue. Or no, give your opponent fatigue. Or deal other types of damage, or stun, like whatever, right? So Pokemon can have a little bit more intricate abilities of using their own HP as a resource. That's sort of interesting, I think. In fact, Ghost is taking 10 just to die at turn 6, so it could give you 50 score. Very interesting stuff. And obviously some abilities will attack Pokemon a lot harder than, you know, it would normally, like, damage items or something. You could target Pokemon specifically. And I will still call them that, but we have to name them something else, obviously. Because minion is sort of like ugly word. It will come up, right, with something. In flying orbs. What is that? Dior bags. These are Dior bags, guys. I thought of some medium items we could be going for. And this is just to give you guys an idea of like how complex these items are. Pretty simple, right? Just one line, like it already gives you quite a lot of interesting encounters across turns. Starball infinite, they could have infinite charges, just keep charging and using that as a resource. For every item use, you get one charge. So that would be passive technically. Or specifically how you get charge, so you would know that it's a passive. Who knows how we will languish this, but for now, we just indicate that. There's probably something that will work from stash, but I don't know about that right now. I want to make it simple, so cross interactions between things, like, might have to wait. Finale 20 score for every charge over 10. So you not only have to reach a certain charge and use items over and over again, but you have to cross a limit of 10. And only then things turn into score. That would be the Starball strategy, right? Then you have Castle strategy. Freeze 1. A random item. Okay. Late finale. This is a special keyword to make sure that this item triggers last. Alright? And even then, there's still going to be like a randomized who goes first type of moment. Score 20 for every item unused this turn. Meaning that if you successfully prevent with freeze or stun your opponent from using items, bam, you get 20 score for every item that did not get any use, any flips or anything, right? In that turn. Technically, use is the only thing in that case. Like, even finale wouldn't count necessarily, I think. Alright, use. Use. But then, what about cards that don't have use? Yeah, all of a sudden, this is a shady fucking castle, bro. What it means, use. The scariest thing, but what it means, use? I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Does that mean every single thing or just the effect of use? Uh-oh, we have ambiguity. We're fucked now. I think I will actually, like, make it a flip use or finale use as well. Even though it could be separate. I'm not sure what I will do. I have no idea, bro. I want it to just be use. Use is the use, right? Everything else is like a very weird support card that does not have like seconds on them. In Bazaar, in this case, it doesn't have a charge. But like even in Pokemon, like they don't actually use. They use every turn. They're being used. I don't know if that's a animal abuse pun or whatever, but that will be a hard thing to figure out. What the fuck is a use? Because I thought about it in Bazaar terms and it's like easy, but in these terms, you're fucked, man. Anyways, on every enemy use, random charge. But like, yeah, if you freeze it and you only have like 2 items that I use, like you mostly want these items. But what about Pokemon then? Okay, this is gonna be tough, guys. Holy shit. Is it gonna be tough? Mixing all these things together. Early finale, drain all your items of charge. For all the charge, you get score of 5. With the passive that you gain a charge for every use, because there's a mirror, wall of mirrors, bro. You mimic your opponent's powers a little bit, you try to catch up, but you use the charge just for the score. Fuck the rest, bro. You just charge items, just use charge as the score. There's so many ways to translate stuff into score, you know? It's a lot more difficult to deal damage with those things. Or like healing. Like if you fully heal yourself, healing all of a sudden becomes useless. In this case, you just keep stacking score, bro. There's another thing to introduce you guys. Prefer Keyword, boys, prefer. So let's say you randomly target 3 enemies, prefer the largest enemy, right? So if there's 5 enemies and you can only trigger 3, you would target the highest health enemies. Prefer is a keyword that Hearthstone should have fucking had, but I will have it to slap everyone in the face in the card game community who don't understand that prefer is a really important keyword. That once the preference is not available, you just randomly choose whatever. But if there is a preference, you know, flip effect. So what do we do with this? We charge to infinity anytime a flip happens. Alright, so we capture all the flips. This passive ability. Flip a random card. Prefer. So this is what? Anytime a flip happens, flip a random card. What? Did I do it correctly? Why does it go infinite, by the way? I have to simplify this. This is fucked up. But, by the way, I hope you understand the notation of, like, this charge thing. Okay? It just adds to itself that this is the speed of charge. And that's the maximum. Very simple, right? You just have to make it a use. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe it starts with 0 but goes to 10. And it flips a card. If enough flip. I could say, like, use when useful. Right? Or useful. If it finds itself useful, then it uses. If there's a flip effect, then it doesn't have to prefer. It just has to find one that it could flip at that moment if it's fully charged. It's just waiting for a flip card to show up. So in this case, prefer useful. Let's make a new keyword. Flip, use fire, a bunch of fire damage, and passive. While opponent does not have fire of 5, we charge this, and we still shove fire into my opponent, although it charges pretty slowly, but it also charges itself. So, it would charge twice as fast if your opponent is not on fire, basically. You would check that. Rainbow stun, finale score, stun 2, okay. This is how many it would stun, this is by how much. So 2, this is the notation, right? The number indicates the level of stun, and then 2 indicates the amount, and 2 is written in fucking plain English. Alright, to make a difference. Bazaar does not have that, boys. We got him. For every negative effect, which would be fatigue, fire, freeze, you get 50 score if you can keep that on your enemy by the time the game ends. Right, finale, right? Tornado. Freeze 5 every item that is used 3rd time. So if you see an item being used 3rd time, bam, freeze that fucker. And now, it will go from like 2-5 into 2-10 and fuck your item, bro. You're not gonna use that ever again. 3rd time? Get out of here. So this prevents, like, overuse of an item. Now, an item cannot be used too many times as well. Unlike in Bazaar. Like, in Bazaar, it's fun to break the game, perhaps, but we want to, like, adhere to card game community where things feel fair, and we don't try to make it into a fucking racing game or some bullshit like that. Into an FPS. Alright, like, let's not do that. It's card game, it's strategy, it's very basic shit. And basic numbers that don't go to infinity, but whatever Reynad is doing, we'll see. You know, I don't know if he is in the same genre as we are. Ice Wall. This is another reason why it would inspire me to do this, is just to bring Bazaar back into fucking card game universe, not into auto battler universe. Random freeze. A quick way to say target a random thing. Just random. And add armor 5 when enemy exceeds score 108 turns. So now I will have armor and enemy first will have to sacrifice 5 score to get through armor, and only then it starts scoring again. Alright, cool. Right? And as cards get revealed, you know whether to bet more or not, or to concede and fold. You know when to stop playing the game and just move on instead of getting dragged across sandstorm after sandstorm, or getting bonked by fucking one hit. You know, you don't allow the bonk hit because you can see it coming. That's the most beautiful thing about Marvel Snap. Introducing another layer of strategy of being able to concede. Concede is also a strategy, bro. Fuck yeah. You see the same shit over and over again? Concede, because it has beaten you many, many times. Or maybe you have an edge on that build. That was a beautiful thing. And now, POKIA gets its score. And we're gonna watch Zeddy video now and say goodbye. For I will start crafting this game, and no one will stop me from making this that much better than Bazaar. Where's the Zeddy's hopes and dreams? Let's listen to that.
In the future.
Yeah, improve this one. That one should be improved. It's so bad. I have to face it over and over again. Miserable, bro. Oh my god. Do I have an edge on this somehow? Magically, no? No way? Oh, so happy. I'll make sure that the game has variety, that you're not doing the same shit over and over again. By any means necessary. Okay? It didn't felt like that's what we got. There's not actually a lot of features, it's just a lot of polish. The features still have to be pumped into Bazaar for this to be a real game. So, it's gonna be a race, baby. I want it. I want to kick Bazaar's ass for being so offensive with the release timing. What is this, man? It's late. It's quite fucking late and doesn't have anything in there. What have you been doing? Polishing my shoes. Wow, Reina, your shoes are so shiny.
Felt like anybody.
I realistically feel like I'm doing the same build over and over again. And I just jinxed this guy because he doesn't know how to level up fast as I do. And look how fast I am. And being as level 3 as he is. Oh, he's level 4, actually. How cute. Makes sense.
This mode, and you know, it's been a disaster. Every mode. Twist, like I meant, botch this. I will. It just.
I will do absolutely nothing.
Could be a deal breaker for me.
I will do nothing. I will cry. Oh, Zeddy. Come on, man. I love capitalism because it literally strips away everyone's options. I can only buy Apple or Samsung, please. Gods, don't take that away from me. I can't buy any other I cannot please any other god or corporation. It always has to be like that one thing that I buy it from. Please, capitalism, don't take that away from me. I will always play Arena and nothing else in an entire world of billions of games available. No! I made a career, and it's Arena time.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what else I can say about it.
You can say, where you gonna... How big is your basement to hold hostages, you know? That's what you can say. It's only threat from here, and if you cannot threaten nobody with anything, well, you have reached a limit, baby. They will take your Hearthstone because you don't have Hearthstone. Microsoft has Hearthstone, and Microsoft hates every other game besides Minecraft.
But that's all I can say. Don't screw up the Arena update.
Oh, he's already crying,
Don't
guys.
over that.
Like, I feel like it's dead in the core, and if we're not getting anything good, like, why have hope and dreams? Only these weird content creators have hopes and dreams because they're attached to something. I just hope and dream that they will not go into, like, insane asylum. Turn Hearthstone an insane asylum for these... Because I see side-by-side comparisons a little bit.
Changes than ever. Buff.
Yeah, no, I'm fine then. If you keep the same balance sheet, remember, I want to buy myself nerfs, all right? And we got a lot of nerfs, and I'm happy to not play Hearthstone anyways. Fuck that game. But I'll still complete quests sometimes. I don't know when. It's not happening this week, apparently.
Player sentiment, and lastly, I just want to put this out there: stop buffing cards that are already good, then add like probably 20 more things.
Remove all Borklers. That's it. That's all you need to do. Remove every single Borkler, start from scratch. Every single Borkler is now toxic garbage. Just see what happens. Yeah, that's it. That's my wish list. And it would probably excite a lot of people to come back very easily. Just every Borkler removed from the game because it's the most toxic game mechanic there is. Right, that's it. So just do a very radical move in Hearthstone. And that should do pretty cool things. I just don't know what where my build is going. Just doing super generic garbage. This game is boring. I even find my emoji clash to be much more interesting now than this crap. Increase. Chrono battery is fast now. What the hell? Hello? You are enough? You are enough? Friend. You know what? Bored.
Use that for the good of all.
It doesn't have the ability. And this scale does not do anything. Or just stray myself a bunch. It's so boring. And you just end up doing the same shit over and over again. This better change, bro. But it just shows like the most important part of the game is balance, and you fucked that up, bro. The game starts disappearing like a ghost. You fucked that up, and you trash people who only complain about balance. It's like, we're concerned. This is that one thing you don't fucking fuck up, or it's over. It's a deal breaker. Right now, I feel that the bazaar doesn't even exist anymore. It's that boring. Can I beat my opponent? Probably can beat. If he's slow, it's over, bro. And he's extra slow because of Chrono. You're toasty. Look at that. He doesn't even outscale me. I feel like I have a little bit of fever, and any disease also compiles as drama, basically. In fact, I had toothache for 7 days, and I couldn't fucking do anything. The pain is so fucking crippling.
Few warriors live to retire.
So, I don't know how much
You might.
I could possibly delay the game, but it's not gonna be months, alright? I've already made many things. There's no fucking way I will be the delay guy.
Action.
No fucking way you'll find me doing that. Especially when I simplify my work, like, tremendously to avoid delays. Non-weapon. Right. All items lose.
That is very dangerous knowledge.
There's some ugly shit too in this game. I think all charge items are a little ugly in this game because they can turn into loops so easily. Now it's Reynad's call to play with madness. This is definitely madness that's very difficult to balance. And it's the madness that kills the game, I feel like. Consistently. Maybe that's what killed Hearthstone. You know? Just the mad idea to spice up the game in the stupidest way imaginable. And the game dies, baby. As simple as that. I could crit. Huh, okay. Is it enough just to have this poison garbage? It's freezing me. I have shield sometimes. And a chrono. Chrono fucks things up so badly. For the first time, I have a matchbox build. I guess that's the coolest thing about Bazaar, is just like discovery build moment. It's pretty badass. When it just happens. The shit happens to happen. Now I probably have to disown this just because we're gonna burn the shit out of my opponent so hard. Plus 3 burn damage. Let's go. I can see my button right on top of everyone else. Let's see how fast this shit burns. Pew 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 200 damage, baby. Just like that. Just like the doctor ordered. Alright. Lizzo versus me, the burn boy. He's a little slow for some reason. I wonder why. This is the moment you have been waiting for. Burn on top of Matchbox to start it off as the most insane item you have ever seen. Let's go. 10. I still can't beat the fucking district though. Shit. 500 burn. Technically, the plasma rifle would slap so fucking hard. What can I find? I was able to crit, but I'm just gonna spend all my money searching for bullshit. I mean, that's something. Slow charge. Waste all your items for 8 seconds.
Who were the people who left these
Holy
things
shit.
behind?
I don't know who these people are, man. We're gonna smash them.
Move faster, do more, be happier, right?
What the fuck is this? It's a little extra haste on top of the slowness. I kind of like the idea. Let's,
Why move at their speed when
purchasables.
you can move at mine?
Whatever you said, I don't care. I'm just gonna smash with Plasma Ultra Rifle.
It makes this more
Ultra! I don't care about slowing your opponent, your weapons down. It's over. I don't care anymore. Oh, it's burn build versus. I don't know what this is. What is this? This looks like garbage to me. I actually like do a burn build, so.
beat me.
Yeah, Chrono Barrier is better than sometimes dealing 600 damage, guys. See, the game is broken. There is no game. It does not exist right now, simply because of balance. I don't see it. Do you see game? I don't see that one. So I would do the same shit over and over again if I wanted to win. Imagine me wanting to win in this game. Holy crap, man. That'll be a sad day in my life.
Or are they hitting themselves with you?
Plus, I'm hitting myself with you. So. Take that as you may. We got 10 wins. With, well, finally I got Matchbox, though. That's the spice saves the day. Sometimes. Fireworks that don't lag. Pretty good. 1,400. Use item shield. Give me a break, bro. Break Bronzebeard. Break. There's no way I lose anymore. This is a tool anywhere? Anyone has a tool? Nope. You're fucked. You're fucked, buddy. No one cares. That's a nice one. That no one cares about. I don't know what to do. Upgrade core, sure. Sure, whatever. +4.
My fight isn't
This is
with
now
you,
boring.
but if you insist.
Because I know I'm winning all the games. He is using a burn build,
Like my crew says at the
and
bar,
that is very interesting
another
to me.
round.
This is the meta, bro. Matchbox meta. Just have to find it somewhere. It's not easy, man. I don't want to waste time on this, but let's waste time on this.
Few understand the
It's finale.
of a really potent toxin.
Oh yes, I like my toxins. Very toxic.
Not Mr. Wriggle, not old
Oh,
Wriggling.
please don't
It's Professor
lose against this
Wriggle.
bullshit.
Target threat level
Whoops.
8.
Just 8? Oh. Cool. Region. Oh, reduce. Very simple click of a button.
Don't have scales. I can forge scales.
Easy game. Now, you're toast, buddy. Whoever you are, whoever the fuck you are.
To dethrone a king.
I'm sorry, bro. I just got the most broken ass things happening here. No, whatever. This is what people are doing. They're just stuck, man. They're miserable playing this game. Get out of here, bro. I'll put you to rest where you belong.
Should put it towards
See,
the
put you to rest, put you to noble use, bro. Boom. There you go. Dually spam. Not Vanessa spam anymore. I didn't felt much building this, to be honest. I didn't feel like much strategy was needed, but here you go. Stack some burn on an item. My strategy. Get maximum burn. Did you like my strategy, guys? See you guys next time. And the next time is gonna be only POKIA now. I'm going on a journey to bring you guys that. Goodbye.